Hey everybody, welcome back to the Court of Random Opinion. My name is Lauren Neidigh. We have a quick update tonight in the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer case. Earlier this week, Blake Lively had asked for an extension of time to conduct the depositions of Steve Sarowitz, Jamie Heath, and Justin Baldoni. She complained of the painstaking scheduling negotiations as if she has any fucking room to talk, but also said that the signal communications involving Steve Sarowitz were not going to be produced until the day of his deposition, September 15th. Wayfarer has now responded in opposition to that motion, but one of the most interesting parts of it is not actually about this squabble at all. It's about Taylor Swift, who's named in their response, and they give a date for her pending deposition, which I honestly didn't think was going to happen at this point. As we know, there was some back and forth between Lively and the Wayfarer parties about whether or not there should be a protective order over the text between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively. Even though Blake Lively was the one who named her and said that she would have relevant information, the judge denied that so that Wayfarer would be able to obtain those texts between Blake and Taylor. Anyways, here's what the Wayfarer parties had to say tonight in response to Blake Lively's motion for an extension. Ms. Lively has not shown good cause for her proposed modification. First, Ms. Lively has known about the recently produced and forthcoming documents for a month, long before she agreed to take defendants' depositions beginning on September 15th. On August 4th, 2025, Ms. Lively moved to compel a further document production from the Wayfarer parties and sought several months' worth of additional communications. On August 11th, the Wayfarer parties opposed Lively's motion to compel, but indicated they would produce numerous additional documents. Following the briefing, the parties agreed to September 15th for Steve Sarowitz's deposition, September 18th and 19th for Jamie Heath's deposition, and September 21 and 22 for Justin Baldoni's deposition. In other words, at the time the parties agreed on deposition dates, Ms. Lively knew that additional documents would be forthcoming prior to the depositions. Second, Ms. Lively will have Mr. Sarowitz's responsive non-privileged signal messages by September 12th, 2025, so that's tomorrow. Ms. Lively incorrectly claims the Wayfarer parties insisted they would not produce signal communication prior to the date of Mr. Sarowitz's deposition on September 15th. The Wayfarer parties specifically told Ms. Lively that Mr. Sarowitz's and Melissa Nathan's responsive non-privileged signal messages would be produced by September 12th, 2025. Finally, Ms. Lively misleadingly implies that the Wayfarer parties seek a blanket 30-day extension of the discovery cutoff date. In fact, the Wayfarer parties requested an agreement solely to take the deposition of Taylor Swift during the week of October 20th to 25th due to Ms. Swift's pre-existing professional obligations. And if you're a Taylor Swift fan, you know she has an album coming out on October 3rd. So don't tell anyone I know that. Whether the court agrees to the broader modification sought by plaintiff, the Wayfarer parties respectfully request that the court modify the scheduling order for the sole purpose of accommodating third-party witness Taylor Swift, who has agreed to appear for deposition, but is unable to do so before October 20th, 2025. All right, there you have it, guys. Not too much more information there, but it is the first we've heard about Taylor Swift in this for a while. So I guess they decided they definitely do want to take her deposition. And like I said, I definitely don't blame them. She was named as somebody who would have information about relevant events, relevant claims. I personally fall on the side of I don't really think that she did anything wrong. I know that there are people out there who don't like her for whatever reason. And everybody's entitled to, whatever their opinion is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's all I got for tonight. I'll see you all soon.